Welcome to Sovereign Tarot, where we unite our Hierophant with our High Priestess to create peace, love, and joy in our inner realms through conscious presence. It's been a while since I did a reading, so I was afraid that I was going to forget that. And I was just looking at my journal, and I was in a different place in the journal, and I'm like, I bet if I flip the page, it's going to go right to that introduction. And it did. So it was kind of funny. I was laughing at that. Synchronicity. So I'm first going to do a reading for today. Today, I think, is January 23rd, Friday. And I was first going to do a reading for the collective, so I'll do that right now. And then I'm going to do a reading for Aquarius because we are in Aquarius season, and possibly for Pisces because we're still in a Pisces moon today. And so we'll see how far we get. Okay, so let's start with A Course in Miracles, but I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to do A Course in Miracles from where I am in A Course in Miracles right now. And this is about my third or fourth time going through A Course in Miracles. And each time you get a little deeper and embody it more and more. So a lot of people say to me, oh, I did A Course in Miracles a long time ago. And it's not something that you just do and you can just get it like that. I think it's something that kind of comes through you. And the more you practice it and turn to the readings, the more you can embody it. And it really is walking with Jesus. I was raised Catholic, and so I learned a lot about Jesus and used to pray, oh dear Lord, I think it's from a musical, which I don't think I saw, but Godspell maybe. Oh dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, follow thee more nearly, and love thee more dearly. So I used to pray that all the time, and I still do sometimes. And this book is really, I'm going to show you my book, The Path to Jesus, The Path to Yourself, The Path to Sovereignty. And it's not the only path. There's lots of different paths, but this is the one that I followed. Okay, so today I am on lesson 278. If I am bound, my Father is not free. Sometimes I change these to like make them less gendered, or at least masculine and feminine, but sometimes I just read them the way they are. If I accept that I am prisoner within a body in a world in which all things that seem to live appear to die, then is my Father prisoner with me. And this do I believe when I maintain the laws the world obeys. Must I obey? Sorry. And this do I believe when I maintain the laws the world obeys, must I obey? Sorry, sometimes this book sounds like Yoda. The frailties and the sins which I perceive are real and cannot be escaped. If I am bound in any way, I do not know my Father nor myself. And I am lost to all reality, for truth is free, and what is bound is not a part of truth. I also really think this is very apropos for right now, because this is what I'm feeling. We're on this cross path now where we decide to go a different way and follow our spirit, or we stay with the ego and things are just going to get harder. So when I say we follow our spirit, but we're also following, we're kind of, it's our whole brain that we're looking at. It's like what Jung said, the ego is supposed to follow the spirit, something like that. I was going to look that up before I started this, but I didn't. We use our mind in service to our soul or our spirit. So if you're going to take that path, I'm making it this way. I don't know whether it's this way or that way. The right brain is more of the spirit, but it's the left part of the body. So anyway, I'm seeing it this way. Or you're going to take the path of the ego, which is what we've already been on, and what we're seeing is not working. But it's scary to choose something different and to learn something new. And some of us aren't through with the lessons. So it's not a judgment, but we are at a crossroads right now. And so I love this reading for now because it's asking you to free yourself, or to see that you are not free. If you continue to obey your ego, you're not free. Okay. Father, I ask for nothing but the truth. I have had many foolish thoughts about myself and my creation, and have brought a dream of fear into my mind. Today, I would not dream. I choose the way to you, instead of madness and instead of fear, for truth is safe and only love is sure. And that is exactly what I found during my awakening, my rude awakening, where I realized I had to get a divorce. And I'm still grieving that. Sometimes I get, like, I think I've forgiven, which the Course in Miracles is all about, and then I get angry again. But it's really grief. I think it's really grief. I'm fighting that. I've had so much sadness, my own sadness and the sadness of other people as a therapist that I've carried. I saw this thing yesterday that was talking about grief bearers. And I was like, I am a grief bearer. And I feel like I really want to be done with this grief and I want to move into joy. So I am taking the spiritual path, which is also the human embodied path. It's the whole self path, the sovereign path. Because I feel like I've learned all my lessons. And I'm a Pisces, Aquarius rising. Saturn was in my sign and is moving into Aries tonight. Aries, funny enough, is my moon sign. So I'm really hoping Saturn is done with me. Saturn is a great teacher, but the lessons are hard. Okay, so I'm first pulling a card from the Divine Beloved deck so we can get like a little prayer to kind of set the intention of our whole reading. And we got Adventure. I will ride the tide. Which is exactly what I'm feeling. Like there's this building wave and we're like, where are we going to go with it? You know, which way are we going to go with the wave? Are we going to crash this way or that way? And are we going to crash or are we going to ride it and, I don't know, ride it in? There's no wrong way. We're all going home. And it's like, I guess, I think it was, Ram Dass who said, we're all just walking each other home. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who rides the tide happily, trusting where I am being led, even when everything doesn't make sense yet. And I am going to be talking about, I believe that my role here, or my purpose, is to help people move into spirit. And it's a learning process. It's not like this. But to help people to move into spirit, or move into, I don't even want to call it spirit, move into their more sovereign selves, because you're actually moving more into your human self, but your human is embodying your spirit. And so it is heaven on earth, essentially. So now I'm going to get a card from the archetype cards. So I don't know actually where I'm going to be talking about that yet, whether it's going to be on this channel or my other channel, which is Lisa Renee Aubin on YouTube. Right now I'm liking this one because it's helping me more get into spirit, because it bypasses my ego when I use the cards to speak rather than my mind, because my mind can just start going by itself. It gets ahead of my spirit. So I want to have my mind follow my spirit, so the cards help me to do that. So right now, I know that I've decided to go more with this channel. I am going to do a video probably today on my other channel, just to kind of bridge the channels a little bit. And I may move back into that one once I know that I'm definitely following my spirit. But I might not. I might just stay with this one. I know that this is what I'm doing for now. And I'm just going to speak to this because I know impatience is something that people are very impatient with themselves. And so then they're impatient with others who seem like they don't know where they're going. But nobody really knows where they're going. So if we can just admit that and surrender to that, we'll get where we want to go quicker. And that's the irony of that. Okay, we got the networker for the archetype card. So that is interesting to me. Let's see what that's all about. Because I've never gotten this card before and I didn't even know there was a networker in this deck. So light attributes are enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. The shadow attributes are it conveys information only for personal gain and spreads fear and falsehood. Okay, so I just do want to say to you to be mindful of whatever messages you're getting that make you feel fearful. Okay, Spirit is wanting me to talk about this now. Because any message that you're getting that is fearful is just making you feel fear. So just be aware if you're listening to something and it makes you feel fear. Because that's going to be the path of the ego. What you want to be looking for is messages that make you feel empowered and strong. And if you feel those, if you get those fear messages, just kind of check in with yourself. Slow down. Don't react to those. Just slow down and ask what's coming up for you. What's coming up? And then greet it, acknowledge it, validate it, care for it. And then you can respond instead of react. So slow it down. When you notice you're getting fear messages from outside of yourself on Facebook, on social media, on the news, through people in your life too, because that happened to me too. Slow down and just acknowledge what's coming up for you. I just posted this thing on Facebook too, because this has just been coming to me, affirmations for the day, and it was, when I'm present with myself, I learn so much. And it's so true. When you slow down and you're just present with yourself, you learn so much about yourself. You get more clarity, more direction. It's amazing, the gifts of being present. And so I've worked with people as a therapist, mothers in particular, wanting to be more present with their children. But we're so living in fear that we can't be present in our bodies. And that was my struggle too, is like I wanted so much to be present, but fear just kept me from being in my body. And then when I got my divorce, and I later, so when I got my divorce and I got my dog, my German Shepherd, and my house, and then my boyfriend, all of this is all synchronicity, and it all happened and this is what's happening now actually, as we move into this new way of being, if you're still in ego, that's fine. I can't judge you for that, because who knows, maybe I'm on that path too. I don't think I am, but you never know. There might be more lessons that I needed to learn, or I need to learn. I don't think I'm on that path though, because I'm really trying to follow spirit and be embodied, and be embodied with my spirit in my body, that left and right brain connecting, and be present in my body. And as I do that, I lost my train of thought. Things are moving really fast. Okay, so we're now moving into that fire horse energy, which is a lot of stuff is happening around February 17th. And if you're on this spiritual path, this sovereign path, you're going to experience a lot of synchronicities. And those synchronicities are going to guide you into your new timeline, some people call it, but your greatest life, if you follow them. But you got to slow things down, so you have to slow it down so you're not reacting, you're responding from your highest self. So anyway, all of that happened, and my boyfriend is really a loving presence for me who's helped my nervous system calm down and just be present. Help me be present in my body. He's been part of my healing. I have initiated the healing, and it's all about turning back into myself and acknowledging, taking responsibility. So I'm doing the healing, but he's helped me. He's given me an environment. We do it in relationship. Healing does need to be done in relationship. And it was something that I taught as a couples therapist, but I was in a relationship where we were both traumatized and we couldn't do it for each other. As much as we tried and as much as we sought therapy for that, we couldn't. We were trauma bonded and it just didn't work. But in this relationship, I've done a lot of healing, and it's helped me be in my body and be more present. And I'm learning so much from that. Okay, so I'm gonna just take a sip of tea, and then we'll get into the tarot reading. Okay, so I love tea because it reminds me of my grandmother, and I have a really good relationship with my grandmother. Now it's a spiritual relationship. I think it always was, but she's not present physically anymore. Okay, so I do the Light Seers Tarot in case you're new to this channel, and this is a message for the collective. So we're talking about, I think, where we want to move. We want to move into unity, sharing information, even with AI, right? AI is helping us to not be coveting our information. It's really helping us to realize that information is information. Why are we not sharing all of this information? Why are we hoarding it and trying to sell it? Which also made me realize land was never meant to be for sale. This land is your land. This land is my land. Land was something that was meant to be shared, and just the owning of things, it's just bringing up that for me. Okay, and I think AI has something to do with that too. So enhances unity through sharing of information and engenders social awareness and empathy. Something I always wonder is these people that they learn something and they want to share it with you, but they want to sell it to you. And I know we all need to make money, and that's something that I actually struggle with myself. But if you really want people to know something, if this thing is really important for us all to know, why don't you just tell us? I know, that's so naive. It's so, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just move on because I got on a soapbox there. All right, we got the Page of Cups upside down. Again, this is a reading for the collective, and it's crossed by the Ace of Swords. Okay, so, and I think this kind of speaks to what I was just saying, romanticism, kind of the way that things should be. We have this idea about the way that things should be. This is upside down, so that's kind of what I'm getting from it. And then the Ace of Swords is coming in, and it's this is actually enlightenment or a rude awakening. And it's saying, wake up, you're living in an illusion. Okay. As I say that, I'm having a hot flash. And I'm also judging myself. I'm nobody's going to listen to this tarot reading because it's already too long. And I know that there are people out there that are going to be doing that. There are people out there that are going to say, oh, this is too long. What is she doesn't even know what she's talking about. She's taking her, some people will judge me that way. And then there are other people that are really ready for this message. And they need this sense of where we're going and that it's all going to be okay. And so, because we're at a crossroads right now, so my people that I'm talking to are here, and then there's other people that are not here, but they're still watching. And so I'm feeling that. Okay, so underneath we got upside down the Knight of Cups. So that's kind of like the foundation of the issue. And if you see, he's upside down. But if we turned him right side up, you could see that he's making a love offering, right? Maybe that's what you're looking for. You're looking for somebody to rescue you. You're looking for love. And I just got that thing. Looking for love in all the wrong places is what I'm getting. I just heard that song in my head. I love that song. That was like my theme song growing up. Okay. And behind, like in the background, we got the Nine of Pentacles. So I'm not sure what that is about yet, but maybe you were in a good place. You were in a secure, good place. Things were good, but maybe you've reached the end of that. Physically, maybe you were in a good place. Like your needs were taken care of. All your needs were taken care of. You had money, you had food, you had housing. That's what's behind you in the past. Then above you, you have the Seven of Cups. So you have some choice about direction. And that fits with what I was saying before about the convergence or that you have a choice now. And you can choose from your mind or your ego, or you can choose from your heart and your soul. And that's going to set you on a particular course. Okay. And then ahead of you, you have the Three of Cups, and that's upside down, which I think goes really well with the Networker card, right? Unity, sharing of information, social awareness, and empathy. This is a very feminine card too. It's about working together in community, but it's upside down. So do you want to work together in community in a way where your ego is leading, or do you want to work together in community in a way where your spirit, your heart is leading, your intuition, your whole self, the masculine and the feminine integrated? And if it's not integrated yet, let that feminine voice speak so that you can understand it and know it better, because we've suppressed it so much in our culture that you probably don't even know it that well, or you'll be surprised that you do know it. Okay, and then we got swift movement moving forward with the Knight of Swords, which is over here on the path of, so that was I'm doing the Celtic cross. So the cross is over here, and now the path that you're taking is over here. So the Knight of Swords is swift movement towards something. You're getting on a motorcycle. There's this sense of urgency, which I also want to caution you to go in. Don't respond to fear, because we are being tested now, particularly us Pisces people, but I think everyone. Okay, then right above in the environment, we have the King of Wands. Okay, so there's this very powerful energy within you that you're feeling. Your spirit is rising up. See the lion? And you can't ignore it anymore. It's getting very loud and it's roaring. And then above that, you have the Queen of Pentacles. But that's in the position of fear, hopes and fears. So I think the hopes are that you will have a good, solid foundation, that you'll be able to support yourself, that you can be in abundance. But this is a very natural card too. It's very connected to nature and Mother Earth. And we are not very connected to Mother Earth right now. We're still raping her and abusing her. So that's a legitimate fear. And it is creating this divide. Is your life, are you living your life authentically? Are you aligned with your higher self? And if not, you're going to be looking at these things that are keeping you not aligned. Ooh, good. We got the High Priestess right above. So this is the outcome card, the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is going to be speaking to you. That's upright too. And we got a bonus card of the Six of Wands. Okay, but this one was kind of sideways, so this could go either way. So the High Priestess is speaking to you. Well, I'm not going to say that. Let's just actually read what the Six of Wands is telling us. It looks like celebration. It looks like stepping into your power. Yeah. Okay, so listen to your intuition, your High Priestess, your inner knowing, and step into your power. That is the message of this reading. And I don't think I want to do any other cards because I think that was good. So that's a message for the collective. And so it is, and so you remember.